Hello and congratulations, graduates. Being chosen as the graduate address speaker is one of the highest honors a graduate can achieve and carries tremendous responsibility. It is not often we have such incredible nominations as we did this year. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce the three chosen to address the class of 2020. Our first speaker grew up in Winslow, Arizona. Arianna McKinley wanted to help her grandparents and be there for them. She said, "Ever since I was little, I wanted to help people. I love being able to make a difference in people's lives." So it only made sense that Arianna would earn her associate degree in nursing from Coconino Community College. She is the first generation in her family to attend college, and as a CCC to NAU student, she plans on working toward a bachelor's degree after she passes her nursing licensure exam. "I want to work in the hospital setting," she said, of her area of nursing, where she wants to focus. "I want to start in the medical surgical area." The COVID-19 outbreak put an end to her clinical rotations at the hospital before the semester's end. The year did not end up the way she and her classmates envisioned it. Arianna said, "I am so proud of us. We did it. We're still moving forward. We're adapting every day, and we're pushing through the hardship together." Please welcome Arianna McKinley, your class of 2020 graduate address speaker.
Hello, family, friends, and the graduating class of 2020. Now, I know this isn't exactly what we had all envisioned for our graduation day. In fact, this is probably nothing like we could have imagined. And if someone would have told us when we started this journey that we'd have to finish up our last semester online and celebrate together from an online commencement ceremony, I'm pretty sure we all would have laughed at them, or maybe even cried. But here we are. Despite this hardship that we're all facing, we still managed to adapt and finish strong. And that's one of the beautiful things about our success. It's moments like these that really test our ability to stay motivated and reflect on what we want to achieve in life. My journey began right out of high school. I was young and really didn't have any idea of what I was doing because I was first. I'm a first-generation college student, and let me tell you, it could be pretty terrifying. I struggled with a lot of anxiety and self-doubt along the way, but I didn't let that stop me from pursuing my dream of becoming a nurse. I started taking classes and found the ones I was passionate about. I felt like I'd finally hit my stride. But what would success be without a few setbacks? At 18, I feel like most of us feel like we have something to prove, and it's mostly that we could take care of ourselves and be on our own. So during my first year of college, I was working 2 jobs and still going to school full-time. It was pretty exhausting, and by the time I got home, all I wanted to do was go to sleep. I found I had less time to study, and it was taking a toll on my class performance. I had to make some pretty tough decisions, including leaving my second job and retaking a few classes. That way, I could better my chances of getting into the nursing program. In that time, I remember feeling like I failed. I was embarrassed to tell people that I had to retake classes, and I hated the feeling of not being on track. But now looking back, I realized that I did not fail, and everyone's journey is different. I never gave up on my dream, and having those setbacks in my life motivated me to do better. They allowed me to be here today, graduating with my associate degree in nursing. I would like to thank my parents and my significant other for all of their love and support throughout this journey. Thank you for believing in me in times that I did not even believe in myself. To my instructors, thank you for all of your hard work and dedication and for always challenging us. I want to say thank you to my registration team and everyone at CCC. I'm so lucky to have worked with such incredible people. Last but not least, to my nursing cohort, I want to say thank you. I'm sad that we don't get to celebrate this day together, a day that at times felt like was never going to come. It's finally here, and even though it's not what we expected, I just want you guys to know that I'm so proud of you, and I have no doubt that you will all do great things. So here's to us. Congratulations to the class of 2020.
Thank you, Arianna. Our second address speaker is Nalani Smith. When she graduated from high school in Flagstaff, she was unsure of her next steps in life. Her friends and family suggested Coconino Community College. And today, as the first generation in her family to go to college, she's graduating. CCC helped me figure out how college actually worked, and I've gotten comfortable in the environment, Nalani said. While at CCC, she became a member of the Beta Gamma Chi chapter at the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society, eventually serving as its president. Nalani also selected to be a student ambassador in student affairs to help incoming students find their footing in the process of college life. She'll be getting her degree in psychology from CCC, but while at the college, she decided to try some anthropology courses. It was the discovery of, this is what I want to do, she said. So with a hopeful transfer to Tulane University in Louisiana, she plans to focus on a degree in cultural anthropology. Nalani's wish is to continue her studies and apply her learning to the world around her. Please welcome your class of 2020 graduate address speaker, Nalani Smith.
Hello all, my name is Nalani and this is my graduation speech. I question every day how I ended up here. I'm sure there are many of you out there at your own graduation who, much like myself, are filled with a rush of emotions. I started out my journey at CCC a little over 2 years ago, and I definitely did not think this far ahead. I was the student who showed up the day before classes started to register for the semester. I had no expectation other than to just start somewhere. I had graduated high school in Arizona, and college was a way for me to leave. My journey had started out slow, and it felt undignified. My first year at college, I talked to no one. I went to class and I went home, and outside of that, I had a job. My life was work and school. It was sad to reflect on an entire year only for it to amount to 2 things. I remembered the day I wanted all of that to change. I decided to walk from the computer lab to the bus stop without headphones. That was significant since I always had headphones in to block everything else out. As I began to walk, I was taking deep breaths, trying to calm myself, this voice in my head trying to convince myself that there are worse things and I was going to be all right. As I rounded the corner from the help desk, all of a sudden I bumped into this woman who was clearly rushing somewhere looking frantic. And it was an encounter that I was not prepared for. An alarm went off in my head. I began to panic. The voice in my head sped up. Deep breaths, in, out. It's going to be all right. You're going to be just fine. Just before walking into each other, she looked at me and said, "Have you ever just needed to stop and take a deep breath?" So calmly, and proceeded to do so. I managed to make a barely audible, "Yeah." She smiled at me and we parted ways. After all that, making a big deal of something so mundane, I was all right. Making little adjustments day by day, I began making improvements on my character and career. I was so stubborn because I wanted to see myself elsewhere in life that I wasn't investing my time now, and really all I was doing was preventing myself from being successful. After getting a PTK email from Sandra, who I did not know was the woman I ran into in the hallway, I began going to meetings, became vice president, and soon after president. I also started going to anthropology club, joined TRIO as a first-generation student, and finally became a full-time student. I started podcasting with other students in the anthropology club, which we named Antholore. I also now work as a student ambassador at CCC, assisting others through their college career. I spend most of my time at CCC now. There is so much potential, not just of the school, but of the students who go here. I've learned many things over my time at Coconino, many of them more than what can be applied to my degree. That the faculty and staff has always been here for me, for us, but if I wanted something to happen, I would have to participate. If I wanted change, I would have to be involved. And most importantly, no matter what circumstances that I'm encumbered with at any time, it will always turn out for the best. I started out here feeling like a mass-produced product that did not want to put any effort into anything because I was either good or not. But now more like a fine piece of artwork that is detailed and accomplished.
Thank you, Nalani. Amanda Hetherington is our third speaker today. She is the first generation in her family to go to college. As a single mother raising a daughter, she found the struggle getting harder to make ends meet. Amanda said, "Going back to school would help me get a job to keep us stable. During her first year at CCC, Amanda discovered an affinity for mathematics. I had a passion for helping people in their classes who were struggling, she said. So she became a tutor for her fellow TRIO Student Support Services students and in the tutoring program here at CCC. Amanda is also a CCC to NAU student and plans to transition to Northern Arizona to earn her bachelor's degree in mathematics. Her ultimate goal is to teach high school math or remedial math to community college level students. Her daughter is now 10 years old, and Amanda said, smiling, she's excited to see me graduate. Please welcome your class of 2020 graduate address speaker, Amanda Hetherington.
Passion is defined as many things. It can be an intense and uncontrollable emotion, or it can be an intense desire or enthusiasm for something. Most people can relate to these two definitions for passion. Without passion, life can be meaningless and people may feel lost in the world. Finding our passion in life can be an exciting adventure. I never planned on getting pregnant as young as I did, nor did I plan on becoming a single parent, but it was the start of my grand life adventure. While I was working hard to support my small family of two, I was thankful for the help I received from those closest to me. While overcoming hardships, I was able to discuss things with my mom about going back to school to try to better our lives. I wasn't sure at the time if going back to school was the right choice, but I was reaching a point in my life where I wasn't happy. I had lost something over the years. Life didn't seem as bright, and the days were monotonous, going through a routine of work, home, sleep, repeat. I started to reach out to others for guidance. I reevaluated what I wanted to teach my daughter as she grew up. I wanted to instill many values in my daughter's life, including love, being kind, and how to work hard for what you want to accomplish. I decided to start college and try to make our lives better. In making this decision, I needed to know what I was going to go to school for. I honestly had no clue, but I knew I could talk to someone to see how to start. I decided to attend Coconino Community College. It was going to be more cost effective than starting at a big university, especially since I was just going to start with the basics while I decided on what I wanted to go to school for. Coconino Community College helped me go through the process. They explained how I could get funds to help me go to school, what classes to start with, and even gave me information on other programs they offered. I was very grateful for the information and felt relieved to know that I wouldn't have to pay for school by myself. I could even continue to work while I was going to school. I started my first semester of college as a full-time student, working full-time as well. I was nervous because I had waited over 10 years to go back to school. I thought everyone would be younger than me, and I would feel out of place. Boy, was I wrong. CCC had a diverse age group, and everyone was made to feel welcome. I had made some new friends who helped me through classwork struggles, and I was also able to help my friends through their struggles. By the end of my second semester, I noticed that I was starting to find a passion. I found I was good at math. I was doing well enough, helping my classmates understand it, and was even recommended to become a tutor for math. Becoming a math tutor at CCC has helped me realize that I would like to become a math teacher as I continue going to school. In my opinion, my last year of school was the hardest. Time constraints with life outside of school made things difficult to finish classwork on time, and I was making my life more stressful than I wanted. I decided to become a part-time student to help ease the stress, even though it would extend the time it took to get my degree. These last few months of my degree, boy, have they been tough. I found it hard to work and study at home. To commit to keeping track of time I need to finish my last assignments. I'm thankful to have my daughter and my mom by my side through this process. They've pushed me to continue to finish my last class. My daughter and I set aside time to work on homework together, and then time for fun things like painting and putting together Legos. My daughter has helped keep my motivation up and tells me we're almost done just before summer. While she says this, I know I've been able to show her that hard work pays off. and I know I'm doing what's right for us in the long run. My mom reminds me all the time that I'm so close to my first degree and pushes to keep me motivated as well. She has helped by keeping my daughter occupied during tests and homework, so I'm not interrupted too often and have the time to complete them. My mom is my rock, and I wouldn't have gotten this far without her. I'm also very thankful to everyone at CCC who has given me the opportunity to succeed and challenged me to continue to become the person I am today. A big thank you to Trio Student Services, Kim Shaw, and Miss Streep for realizing my potential and letting me explore my newfound passion by tutoring other students at CCC. I know without your help that I would not have found the passion in helping others in mathematics. Thank you.